My life is an altar. Let your fire fall. If you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I'm letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll be in it. And when you say to jump, I'm diving in. If you say be still, then I will wait. If you say to trust, I'll teach me how to follow your way. Oh, Spirit, yes, just sing it out. Oh, Spirit, lead me when all hope is gone. I have to believe you still bring water from the rock to satisfy my thirst, to love me at my word. And even when I don't remember, you remind me of my word. I don't trust my ways, I'm trading in my thoughts. I lay down everything, 'cause you're all that I want. I've landed on my knees. This is the cup you have for me. And even when it don't make sense, I'm gonna let your spirit lead. 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 If you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I'm letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll begin. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll begin shortly. But before we start, kindly introduce yourself in the chat box. It's going to be a very wonderful experience this evening. Thank you, and I hope to start this session very soon. When you say to jump, I'm diving in. If you say be still, then I will wait. If you say to trust, I will obey. You're the only truth, the life. my change, I'm a prisoner no more. My shame was a ransom he faithfully bore. He canceled my debt, he called me his friend. When death was arrested, my life began.
You're welcome to another session in GBG Abeokuta. Well, it's nice having all of you around. Well, to start with, I'm sure some of you, this might be your first time. Well, I would love to just do some brief introduction on what GBG is all about. Well, it's quite nice having a lot of people right here, and thanks for attending this program. Well, firstly, uh, I'm Israel. I'm the co-lead of GBG Abeokuta. And then I'll be starting off with what is GBG? GBG stands for Google Business Group. Well, it is a global community formed by passionate volunteers who run events, products, digital skills, and career development to help local businesses and job seekers succeed. So it's like we coming together. It's actually volunteering stuff. We come together and then we run programs and career development just to help business job seekers achieve their goals. It's quite simple too. Well, it is to community in every city where successful trainings them grow their businesses and advance their careers. Well, what about the target audience? The target audience, as you can see on the screen, is the business owners, that is the startup and SMEs. We have the job seekers, we have the professionals, and then we have the women. The section is how you see ahead. Now, how does this work? Yeah, GBG is organized just like GBG but it is endorsed and recognized by Google. So now, what are the core values? The core values when I meet people, we meet up with professionals, and that is the connection part. When it comes to the knowledge about products, we dish it out to them. This is what we have. This is a product. And and grow. So some story with us. Then you will see the link on your screen. Programs for white for bit.ly GBG Abeokuta story. bit.ly/GBG Abeokuta story. So that is where you can share your first story with us. Also, to become a member, it's quite to become a member of GBG. So, that is the bit.ly/GBG Abeokuta member. You'll be seeing that, and that is where you can actually just join us and become a member. See, well, also to be part of the community, we give out information on daily basis from Monday through Saturday. We things that will help you grow your business in one way or the other. If you actually join us and participate, that's our Facebook page. Just go to your browser and then enter fb.com/groups/Jabel, fb.com, that's Facebook slash Jabel. We want to join the company and see updates on our
I'm so
I'm so
sorry. Can you
sorry.
all
Can
hear
you
me?
all hear me now?
I'm so sorry. Can you all hear me now? Can you all hear me? Mrs. Timisola Akishoye is the founder of Allah Signature, which was established in 2012, and the goal is to provide clients with an online shopping experience like no other. The Nigerian market has just begun in the early 2012, and she founded Allah CV Signature, which is customized to clients' shopping experience to their specific wants and needs. In 2019, January specifically, the name changes to Atlas Commercial Venture, which also have other subsidiaries: Alternative Health by Atlas CV, Game Night Guru, Atlas CV Signature, and Trainings Events. The company was created by Simsola Akisheye, who is the daughter of the renowned event decorator Oworunke Suzanne, also MD and CEO of Simbe Balloon and Accessories, which is now Simbe Global Ventures. Mrs. Simisola holds a BSc education in health and science from Baylor University, Waco, Texas, United States of America. She's also hold a master's in public health from the Rutgers University in United States, and is also a certified wedding and event planner with Longevity Wedding Planning Institute. She's currently working on her certification as an aromatherapist with Aroma. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you just say hi?
Hi.
Thanks so much. So we move on to the next speaker. So on next speaker, we have Mr. Ugochukwu George Ugbokwe. Mr. Ugbokwe is a renowned hair stylist. Okay, just a moment. So I have a more detailed profile of Mr. Ugbokwe. I would like to read from there. So Mr. Ugbokwe is a renowned hairstylist, popularly also known as Ugo 007. He has a wide experience in fashion show, beauty pageants, hair shows, and hair workshop. He is a profile hair stylist with great acumen in creating beautiful hair styles, which stood him out as one of the Nigerian's leading hairstylists. Hairstyles like Fly Girls, Check It Out, Roller Calls, Lagos Most Wanted, Roller Calls, Luxury Calls, Wendy, just to mention a few, were hairstyle created by him. He has also coordinated and organized various hair shows, and hair workshops for various Nigerian leading hair industry. He has also participated in various workshops and conferences, both in Nigeria and overseas. His high intellect, innovating and creating new hair and styles and salon business models. Ugo started his career in 1998 as a stylist, and he later floated his own salon called Make Me Beauty Salon, Make Me Beauty Place in 2004, now the best beauty salon in Nigeria. Since then, his ingenuity in hairstyle creating has seen him all over the world styling hair for different top designers, models, actresses, and superstars. His creative hairstyles is seen all over the magazines, TV stations, movies, musical videos, beauty product packs, and weave and attachment pack. And very recently, he was interviewed by CNN Q and aired on CNN Quest Means Business by Richard Quest and BBC Smart Money. In 2008, Ugo won 8 different awards, which some of it were the Best Beauty Salon of the Year 2008 by Fashion and Style Award 2008, organized by City People magazine, Best Stylist of the and award-winning Best Hair Stylist in Nigeria. Ugochukwu Igbokwe at the helm of Affair. He is a man who is committed to his own mission and vision. He is one hairstylist with a difference. Like he would always say, the least I can offer is to meet my client's expectation. Ugochukwu Anekwe, you are welcome. Can you please say hi?
Hi, Toby.
Thanks for coming. We really appreciate your time. So quickly, I'm going to move to Mr. Ononuga Chidi, who studied architecture at Yaba College of Technology and Ambrose Ali University. He worked at management level in contract administration and construction process management. He was so sorry, I have to take that again, please. Mr. Ononuga Jide studied architecture at University in Yaba College of Technology and Ambrose Ali University. He worked at management level in contract administration and construction process management. He was a consultant to several construction companies on national and international projects. Currently, the CEO of Boom Architectural Consult and the co-founder of the Boom School. Motivator and he leads a team of young people tagged the Ripplers. Welcome, Mr. Jide Ononuga. Can you say hi?
Thank you for having me. Hi, everyone.
Okay. Elizabeth will be joining us in the course of the time. She was on the call before. But she seems she'll be joining back later. So welcome everybody once again. So we are kicking off the session again straight right away. And first, I want us to all share our experiences. What are the things that COVID has affected in your business? So first, I want you to tell us more about what you do in a very brief. Although we've read the profiles, but just tell us more briefly about what you do, and then tell us how COVID, the pandemic that has happened globally, has affected your business. Then later on, we then go on to now talk about how were you able to solve these challenges, or what have you been able to do that have been able to help your business to keep moving and to keep growing. So first I will go with Mr. Ugochukwu.
Okay. Thank you, Toby, for having me. Thank you, GBG Abiyokuta. Guys, you're doing well. I'm a hairstylist, like I've been introduced. I hope everybody is hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Is everybody hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So I simply introduced myself as a hairstylist. I can't say it's any better than that. That's what I do. That's what I love doing. Yes, I make money out of it, but I'm just a hairstylist. That's what I do. But I now have put together a team of professional hairdressers, and we are 67 in number, working as colleagues, as hairdressers in Make Me Beauty Place. We started 2004 up till now, yes, and I have people that have been with me since then up till now. So, COVID-19, how would I put it? It was like one dream in one night. We just sleep, wake up, and then there is this storm called COVID-19, and it just shattered everything. Nobody has theory for it. There was no business school. As a matter of fact, I just passed out of a business school just December last year, Lagos Business School, and there was no such thing. Nobody has such theory as per what would happen during a pandemic. So that came and took us by storm. The Nigerian government and Lagos state government especially tagged us hairdressers as high-risk people. And that is total shutdown for us. No business. We are not even allowed to open. So it was very devastating. I can't explain it anymore. It was very devastating because every day you get up, you tell yourself, okay, I don't have any plans, no agenda. You're just thinking. But thinking in the circle of what we do as hairdressers is a no-go area at the moment because we have to have contacts to render service. So that was how bad it was for us and for that long. And the good news today is that we just got a certificate to reopen today from Lagos State government. So I woke up my bed and I saw that and I was like, hey guys, I'm calling everybody. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. So that's how bad it has been for us. We did not earn any money. It has been spending. So that's what it did for us. The negative part. Yes. Hello, Toby.
I can hear you. Please go on. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Next, I will move to Mrs. Akisha. Can you just tell us briefly about your business and then tell us how COVID-19 have impacted your business?
Okay, so as my profile said, we are into personal shopping. So we expanded a bit into doing corporate gifts as well for corporations. And we have some clients that are steady. They are bringing in things every week or every other week. And in 2017, 2018, we expanded into the aromatherapy arm. In 2018, we expanded into our Game Night Guru arm and changed the name of the company to Alia Commercial Ventures so that we had all those subsidiaries under it. And for us, a lot of our shipments have been coming from China. So even before COVID hit Nigeria itself, we had noticed that there was a bit of lag in our cargo coming in from China. And, then our suppliers always tell us, oh, the Chinese New Year is coming up. So we are already prepared for that because we knew that for 1 month, we are going to be on they're going to shut down for 1 month because that's how they celebrate the Chinese New Year. So even before that Chinese New Year, there was already a lag, and clients are like, "Where's our cargo?" and stuff. I was like, "Please just give us some time." And then news broke out that COVID had hit China like in a massive way, and there's all this like fear of, "Oh, will I get my cargo? Will I see my cargo?" And, like our sea cargo, we had some consignments that we had sent by sea since November, and we did not clear till maybe about 3 weeks ago, just because there were delays in from China as well in Lagos. So really, for the arm of our business that deals with cargo, it has really been like a big struggle. Clients are still calling when I go to you. Now we are like, okay, airport. Luckily, during the lockdown, it was still working. So that helped us. That helped us a bit, but the air cargo hasn't yet. We're still on hold for that. So as the other arms of those arms are the ones that are keeping us. Once Lagos schools military does shut down. Well, I have two kids. I was like, who's going to be at home with them? And in May, decide to but we said come 1 day on, 1 day on. And I was like, most of our others are online. Let's take our products home and start trying to from us in our various houses. That's what we did. I just had the staff of we're actually four. Have someone who handles social media, someone who play on ground store, so that it is I'm not in the store, and then we have the drivers. The driver actually just more because like we're not going anywhere. We're happy actually. For now, he's just I was saying, okay, we are thinking of buying outsourcing our delivery else. Let us be the ones in our delivery. At least it will still have a role to play in the office. So that's where we've been at. Then we did salary reduction, of course. I told them, I'm not going to lay you off, but we have not been making money. Let's be realistic about it. The whole of April, we didn't make money. So we put our heads together and agreed that, okay, we're going to take a 40% reduction in salary. Everybody agreed on that. And we're like, okay, going forward, that's what we've been doing. And we put our presence out there. We did a lot of online, like Jumia, our WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and then now Flutter Wave has brought out their own store. So for us that we like do a bit of e-commerce, that's actually been not too bad for us because we put our stuff out on our WhatsApp stories and all that, and people send a request and we can say, oh, it's available. For a while, I didn't even go out. The first lockdown we had in Lagos, I didn't go out at all. I was like, I have two small children. I cannot put them at risk at all. But once they ease the lockdown, we're able to go out and deliver stuff to clients. So yeah, we just had to put our presence out there online because there was no other way. People cannot come to our store to get what they want. So we had to bring our store home and then send out to people. And I can feel Mr. Ugospe because going to people's homes to do their hair and whatnot, people are like, do not come into my house, don't come to my house. I don't know. Can I test you? And it's not like COVID is like pregnancy test. You pee on a stick and you get results immediately. So I can feel his pain and his excitement now that Lagos State has given him.
I'm telling you don't have idea. The same way you are afraid. I want to make money, but I also want to leave. That's the truth. Yeah. People were also calling for home services. I told my team, no, we're not doing home services. Now, we don't trust anybody. We don't know where they go to and all of that. Some of my colleagues were doing that. It's okay. I mean, it's business choices that people have to make. But I feel for some reason, irrespective of what people are thinking that is going on, yes, it's true, yes, it's not, and all of that, whatever theory anybody is thinking is going on out there, one thing I know is that there is something killing people out there.
Yes.
You know? So for that reason, I just want to be safe.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much. So that you can cover all the speakers. So we're moving on to Mr. Jide Ononduka, so that he can be able to share with us briefly what he does and how COVID-19 has impacted his business.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Are you there?
The previous speakers talked about home service. That's what I do. My core business is helping people build homes. I'm an architect by training. I specialize in building process construction management, and that's what I have been doing since we established the Boom. We have a product at the Boom. The product is called Boom Home Ownership Program. All you do is buy that choice property and then do us a little bit of paper. Tell us what you want. I want this, I want that. And then cut us a little check and come back after the agreed time and come and collect the keys to your house. So that's what we do on one side. And then I'm an architect. My wife is a teacher. So we also co-founded a nursery and primary school where we build lives. So on one side of me, I build structures. On the other side of me, I build lives. So that's what I do. Side of the school, you all know schools are locked down. I drove down to the school today. Believe you me, grass is already growing on our premises. But well, that's how it is. And then on the other side of me, I have my team. Now you get up from your house and report directly on site. Nobody comes to the office. I have moved all the sensitive materials from the office to the home. So home is now office. So we're glad I still have one part of me still able to function now that the lockdown has been partially released. So we are out there on the field helping people build better homes. The other side of me is still on lockdown. That's what I do.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Okay, let's move on to how were we able to solve this, if maybe partially. I understand that Mr. Gochuku has been badly impacted by this. I could remember there was a time we were discussing on phone, and you have to tell me you were crying from your heart, if not from, if I can't see it on your face, but I could sense it in your voice, how this has affected you. But tell us, how have you been able to still move on? Is there any way you've been able to switch your business, maybe in doing any other thing? The language here is pivoting. So have you been able maybe to pivot from being an hairstylist maybe to any other thing that you now do presently?
This is a very good question. Sometimes we do things unknowingly. We do things that we didn't know that we are getting prepared for the rainy season. And I will tell everybody, our audience, especially those that are about to start, even if you've started business, I think you should begin to look into your business in different perspectives and in different angles and in ways that just play like different scenario games. The things that can affect your business and what you can possibly do to stay in business, either by doing something or switching to something seamlessly. I think we should start thinking that. But I did something from the beginning, not that we are preparing for a pandemic like this, but that worked for us. Which was, yes, we are a team of hairdressers, but we also have a beauty supply store, which is for us at the time, we decided to backward integrate our business by having products that we use sell to end users and also use them to render services instead of just getting everything from the market straight to our store and then render services with them. And while that was ongoing, then we decided to go into distribution with it. And so that was like a business, but in same building. I can hear myself. Is everybody hearing me clear? Hello, is everybody hearing me clear? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Toby is echoing. I can hear it. Hello?
Please go on. At least I can hear you.
So what happened was during the lockdown. I now remember we have retail space. Though we are not in the online space to deliver products, we did that on one. But it wasn't our core, and we are not really focused on it. So what we had to do was to switch and try to focus, take advantage of Instagram, WhatsApp, and start distributing things to people. Get into partnership with people that are into logistics. A couple of 2 companies that are into logistics with bikes. So what we do, we take your order, we take your location, we give to the logistics guy. They will charge the delivery fee. We'll pass it on to the client, and then goods is delivered. And when we're doing that, then another thing became some of our suppliers who are in the market can't even go to the market nor their warehouse to bring out goods at all. So it became another problem. When we run out of products, we can't get them resupplied. So I entered into discussion with some of these suppliers. You know what, guys? We have a huge warehouse here. Can you deliver this? So we name a couple of things. Ship them to us. Even when you guys get orders, let them pick it up from here. Let's share profits instead of them sitting in your space for this period. We were able to make something. Sales that they couldn't have done in 2 months, they were able to do those sales, and then we'll share profit. Instead of them sitting in their warehouse and then waiting for when they do and enjoy everything. So we were able to switch that way. That's how we survived. That's the only thing that kept us going. If we had not had the beauty supply store, it won't be funny. It won't be funny. I'll probably carry placard. Open the economy. Open the economy. So that's it, Toby.
So sorry, I was muted. So, Mrs. Akisha, I was asking, can you share with us the innovative ideas that you've been able to bring into your business, and how you've been able to pivot or been able to still do things differently, still doing the same thing? Sorry, kindly unmute. You are muted. Kindly unmute, please. You are muted.
Okay, so we're in Lagos, and Lagos State gave us a heads up pretty much by locking down the schools first. So we kind of knew that, okay, they're probably going to lock down the economy as the cases were rising. We're like, they're most likely going to lock the economy, as we saw that other countries were locking up the economy. So myself and my husband run our game night arm, and we're like, let's bring these games home. and people are going to be stuck at home. Some of them that are rarely at home, they're always working Monday to Saturday. You know, they are now going to be stuck at home. Like, what are they going to do now? They are at home as well. You know, how are they going to engage their kids as well? So we put it out there about our games that we had for sale. That was the first thing that we did. We put our games out there for sale, and I can say that one client just called me. I was like, oh, for whatever reason, I've been busy that day. I just saw the WhatsApp status, and they're like, who has games for sale? I was like, goods what? Almost 100,000 in my market inside there. Let me go out. And I send them a list of, oh, this is what's available, you know. And they actually bought they bought a whole lot. Even I was surprised by like what they bought. And like I said, that income was what kept us for like the first, 4 weeks that we were locked down, because we were like, okay, what are we going to? I just started selling on Jumia at that point in time. I got orders on Jumia. I told them I cannot come out. That I know Nigerian police, people are giving us pass. They'll be the first people to tell us that is your good health and sanity. And then they'll give. I was like, no. I was like, other than that, I have 2 small children at home. I cannot be going to the hub. And I was like, no, you know what? So I put my Jumia store on hold for the first 4 weeks that we're on lockdown. I was like, I cannot deal with Nigerian police at this point in time. Like, they're going to have a field day with me. I'm not interested in that. So we now said, okay, one day, let us go into our office, like not very early or somewhat late in the evening, whereby that the police eye will not be on our office, and get our goods out, and then we can tell people that, oh, our things are available. We know the dispatch riders can move. So that's pretty much what we did. We had to find a way to get things out. We're like, they can't sit there. Some of our products, like the watch I'm wearing, you have to charge it like every 2 weeks. I'm like, we are locked down for 1 month. We have to get these things out and charge them so that the batteries are not run down by the time we come back into the office. So those are the things we did. We're like, find a way to get our products out and put it out there that these things are available. We can get it to you via dispatch. We also rent games out. So we told people that, you know what, you can rent the game for a week, and instead of the regular price you pay, instead of you pay about 2,000, 3,000, depending on the game, for 3 days. You can pay that 3,000 for the entire week, and then return it, and you can rent something else out, just so that people were occupied at home and whatnot. Just because at home we had our games at home. We taught my son how to play a game, and every day he's like, so mommy, are we not playing this game tonight? Just because he wasn't going out, and we are like, why? It's like, why can't you go out? We're like, there's corona outside. We don't want you to die. We want you to be safe. There are germs, and their school did a good job of educating them about corona before they came home. So what we really did was just find a way to get our products to us from our office, and then find a way to get it out to the end user. And our dispatch riders have been really, really great. Like, one client called, we're like, this thing cannot fit on a bike. He was like, find a way to get it to me. Like, you have to find a way to get it to him. I'm like, hey, which kind of wala is this? You needed the person needed the next day, called me the night before that I need this thing tomorrow. I'm like, you did not, this thing did not come and meet you unawares. You've known all along that your daughter's birthday was going to be, that date was not going to change, was not going to move. But somehow dispatch riders were able to get to them. So for the dispatch riders and logistic companies working right now, I doff my cap to them, because they have really been great in helping our businesses, move forward. And with the innovations we have put in place, they've really been helpful in, making sure that our goods get our customers on time. Their goods on time, like so quick. Microwave generation, you want it right now. You call at 10 o'clock and you want it at 10:30. Meanwhile, the store closed at 6 p.m., but you sent a message at 10:30 p.m. and you want it at 11 p.m., But our dispatch riders and logistic companies have actually been doing a very great job. So I doff my cap to them.
Toby, you are muted. Your mic is muted.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now? I'm so sorry. So, 2 things. I'm moving next to Mr. Nonuga. 2 things. You are into architectural business. Let me put it that way, and then you own a school. So fine, the school is not on session. You go to the school yesterday, you could see grasses everywhere. So how have you been able to use the impact? Is it like, did you start doing an online school, or is it that you start doing consulting business when you can go to the site to build, or how have you been able to cope with this situation, and what have you been able to do?
Thank you very much. Somebody told me something wonderful a while back, early in the pandemic. He said, if you want to survive in business from now on, you need a very strong online presence. I held on to that very strongly. In the school side, the doors have been shut since March, but we reach out to the students online. Not much happening. It's so hard getting those elementary kids to sit around the screen. You can't, even when we have them physically, face to face, it's such a hard time. We have such a hard time holding their attention for extended periods of time. How much more when they're in the comfort of their homes, just staring at your face in a screen. So we keep it limited. We just do something just to keep connected with their parents. So the parents will know that we are still in business. And then the children will still remember that there's such a thing called school. So that's how it has been on the school side. My good wife has been doing a great job in that area. She keeps in touch with the parents, and pretty much that's all on the school side. Now, bringing that onto the consultancy side, I have tried very hard to be in touch with potential clients. And
I'm so sorry. It seems internet connection. So okay, thank God he's back.
yeah, sorry, I lost connectivity. So a couple have gone through. I would like you to know that we have successfully executed 2 projects in which the other consultants on the project, we did not see each other face to face. They produced all the necessary input. We moved to site. We gathered the people, and work is ongoing on site as we speak. So the client is happy. The consultants are happy. We are happy. At least we have something going. So whatever comes in, the next general rule I am obeying is just hold on to whatever money you have. So any little thing that comes onto it, we are holding on to it ferociously, very seriously. And then do only the needful. That's how we have been able to maintain liquidity, and that's how we have managed to remain in business. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much for that. So thanks so much for that. So just because of our time, so we start taking questions. So if you are watching us right now, and please feel free to share your question in the comment section below. We love to get to hear from you, and we love to share these questions with our wonderful panelists who are also ready to also answer whatever questions that we might be having as regard how COVID-19 might have affected your business, or how it is presently called now the new normal. Is now the new normal. So things won't be the same as it is before now. A lot of things have changed. business-wise, religious-wise, education-wise, in all different sectors of the economy. Things have really, really changed. So next thing I'm going to be asking us, just one more question for us to answer. Then we can go on to questions, and then we can now discuss any other thing. So one thing I want to ask you is this. So what is that one thing that you think you could have done better if COVID-19, if you have been aware of COVID-19, let me say maybe a year before now, like, oh, next year there's going to be COVID-19 and this is how it's going to affect your business or it's going to affect you individually. What is that one thing you could have done differently? And that what is that one thing that you will continue to do now, even if COVID-19 ends? What is that one thing you will continue to? I know Mr. Mr. Jide has talked about building your online presence. If there's any other one, please share with us. We would love to know. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Akishaye.
Okay, so what I saw was that I realized I started needing to come to the office because we're able to pass information across to each other, send WhatsApp or emails, and the information is done and the staff knows, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm supposed to do, and they give you feedback. So I'm like, save your transportation money, except we have a big order in the office that needs to be delivered, you can actually work from home. You're giving me feedback, oh, you went to so and so client to deliver this, you had a customer request, the office WhatsApp, and so customers can send in requests to them and they're like, okay, I already had the product with me, I can go deliver it to the client, and I just see the alert for the payment that was made. And so it's like now we're putting a system of one day on, one day off, and so far I think that it may be something we may carry on with, just at least until we say, okay, maybe there's more need for us to be in the office every day. There's no need for us to be in the office every day. We're actually working. We're working well from home, and so yeah, that's one thing other than building our online presence or improving our online presence. That's another way that COVID has made us make changes in the business.
Toby, on mic. Or mic yourself, Toby. Toby, on mic yourself.
Oh, thank God. Finally.
So sorry, I lost connection. Can you all hear me now? So, Mr. Jide, I would love to move on to you. Can you just share that one thing? That if you have known of in the last 1 year, that we could have done better in your business. What is that one thing that you will do better from now on? And what is that one thing you could have known of before now? I don't know if you can hear me. It seems the network is quite. Can you hear me? Okay,
again,
great.
Toby.
So I'm asking the question again, and I'm directing it this time to Mr. G. What is that one thing that you could have wished you know
Who to
before
who?
COVID-19 that you could have helped you to do? Mr. Jide Ononuga. So what is that one thing that you could have done before now in the last one before COVID-19? And what is that one thing you will continue to do even after COVID-19?
Well, if I had known this would happen, we would have put a more robust remote work system in place, both on the construction consultancy side as well as in the early child education side. By now, we would not be this disconnected from our clients. But I am learning fast. And so I understand that some things have come and they have come to stay. E.g., remote working has come to stay. I'm not going to need my big office. I'm not sure I'm going to need my big office very much from now on. Everyone reports on site from home. We do our work remotely. You send me the feedback. I package everything. I send to the client. So from now forward, I am planning to put in place a more robust remote working system. We are in the service industry. We service, we build lives, and we build buildings for lives. So we want to put ourselves in their faces. We want to be relevant to their needs. We want to be the preferred choice. So we're going to work harder on our online presence.
All right, thanks so much. Mr. Gochiku, we want to hear from you. That one thing you could have known before COVID-19 that would have helped you to act better, and that one thing you will continue to do that after COVID-19.
Is it me?
Yes,
Toby,
you, Mr. Gochiku. Yes, Mr. Gochiku.
Toby, I
He's
cannot
asking
hear
who
you.
the question is directed at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toby.
yeah. So, Mr. Gochiku, please go on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wow. One thing that I would have done differently is that before now, there is a product we've been trying to put up, which I still see that would be very useful even during a pandemic. Yes, which is more of taking the beauty industry. Hello, can everybody see hear me? Can everybody
Yes, we
see
can
hear me?
hear you.
Yeah. So, which is more of taking the
Yes, we
beauty
can hear you.
We can hear you.
yeah, which is more of taking the beauty industry to IT instead of the way we used to operate. The operations of the beauty industry, just change it, and it will be so visual, not physical so much. So a lot would have been done before you would have to come to the salon or before a stylist have to come to you. It will also entail people not going to the salon before deciding what they want to do and things like that. So you're coming to the salon, you know exactly what you want to do. You don't have to come to the salon and sit down. And that also includes the hairstylist. The hairstylists don't need to go to the salon and just sit down and keep waiting for clients. So we have to do that when we are sure that we have a client to work on. So it will be walk in, render service, walk out, both clients and hairdressers. So that's one thing we'll be working on. And how I wish that has happened before now, which partially is what we are practicing now. Right now in my office, not all my staff members, even today that we announced opening, we did not allow everybody to come in. So we've been getting calls. So what will happen to me if I'm not in today? When will I come to work? And we're going to meet to review how we'll be working moving forward. It is something we've been planning on before this happened. But one thing that I would do further is e-commerce, basically. There are little or nothing you can do to certain industry. Like Mr. Jide has said, Mr. Jide is an architect. He can design. If Mr. Jide had been a builder, sorry, Mr. Jide, you have to be on the site. And you have to work with people. So certain industry cannot apply certain things, you know. For us, unfortunately, our own type of service industry requires contacts, and that has to be there. No matter how much we do it, there's no way in the world that it will turn out, okay, Toby has to be cutting his hair, and every other person has to cut their hair, and every woman has to wash, blow dry, treat, and all of that by themselves. So that won't happen. It's not going to be now and done. It's going to be a continuous innovation, thinking of something new. How else can we do it? Is it going to be an equipment that will help achieve certain things that people can do at home? So when you sell those devices, you make money from it. So it's going to be continuous. It's going to be continuous. You know, for now, it's more of looking into the direction of e-commerce because we have beauty supply stores. So looking at more products that we can take in and become the distributor of it. Looking at also how we can maybe backward furthermore to own some of the products ourselves. So things like that, apart from being hairdressers, because we believe that someday this pandemic will be over and every other service will return back to normal. Services as hairdressers would always be what it is. Though the experiences of salons is what is going to change. The way you walk into the salons, what you do while in the salons will automatically change. With things like social distancing, with things like don't touch here, don't touch there. Some salons have totally scrapped their waiting areas. There is no waiting area anymore. Those magazine shelves, there are no such thing. So they just want you to walk in and sit in the styling station and have your hair done, and then you go home. So experience in the salon services would change, but the salon services itself will not change completely like that. Yeah. So we will keep revolving. We will keep thinking. Toby.
Okay. So sorry, I lost internet connection. That was the reason why I couldn't say anything earlier. Thanks so much, everybody. Really appreciate your time. So let's just move away from business. Let's just move away from talking about COVID-19. So I noticed that a lot of us, from what we share, I can see from Mr. Jide's profile, he mentioned that he is the youth motivator and also leads the team of young people tagged the Ripplers. So can you tell us more about the Ripplers? Tell us more what you do outside businesses. What are the social causes that you are involved in? So that will be moving around, but I'm starting with Mr. Jide.
Well, I am involved in a lot of things. Let me start by saying I am a husband, I am a father, I am a businessman, I am an educator, I am a building contractor, I am, and then I have a group of young people in the neighborhood I mentor. That's the group we describe as the Ripplers. What we do is we share with them tips to help them get better. And finally, I am also a chief servant in a religious group. And so my work involves a lot of building, involves a lot of motivation. Out there, if you want me to, when you come into our place on Sunday, if you want me to teach you biblical principles, I'll teach you biblical principles on Sunday. Then on Monday, we go out there, we build houses, we build land, we build lives. Then on Saturday, I gather the young people in the neighborhood together, and then I tell them practical tips. I'm going to give you just one. I'm going to share one with you. At one of our recent meetings, I gathered the young people together, and then I asked one of them that, suppose your friend is getting married in Dubai, and she has invited you to be her maid of honor. And then you need to get your dresses made. And then you get in touch with two people. One of them is religiously and morally upright, but the job is not the best. The other one is morally bankrupt, but she does superb jobs. And then I asked them, which one of these two would you like to make your dress? He said, I don't care whether she's morally bankrupt or not. So long as she can deliver good quality jobs, that's the one I'll go for. And I said, hey, I am turning that thing back to you. You are all morally okay. You are all upright. But if you are not the best, your pastor will preach to you on Sunday, will tell you, God bless you, I love you all. On Monday morning, he will go out there and give the same job you can do to someone else who can do it better than you. So I made them see reason that it's very important to work on your morals. It's very important to serve your Creator in the days of your youth. But at the same time, you need to be the best in whatever you do. That's the only way you can move from where you are to where you want to be. So those are the things we do at the Ripples. Yeah, I'm done, Toby. Wow. The network is really holding you back. Anyway, I'm through.
Toby.
He's talking about
Toby.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can now hear you.
Yes,
All right.
We can now hear you.
I was saying thanks so much for that, because outside making money, outside trying to survive every day, you are also trying to impact lives, which is really, really, really a very good thing. Okay. So I want to move on to Mrs. Akishaye. Can you tell us more about your initiative? I want to quickly get the name. Comforting Hands Initiative.
Okay.
Can you please tell us more about it? Or if there's any other social activities that you do apart from that, please feel free to share.
I sent you a detailed voice note about the initiative.
You're muted. Okay, I can hear you.
So I also work with a foundation called Baby Haven Foundation. The foundation supports families that are going through fertility issues. So there's an arm that helps them with the medical fees of going to see a specialist and whatever tests they need to do, and even if it's IVF, like up to sponsoring them for IVF. Then there's an arm that provides support for women that have gone through a miscarriage, stillbirth, or are just facing fertility challenges. And then there's also the educative arm. So I'm more involved actually in the support group arm, where we talk to women that have gone through a miscarriage or a stillbirth or having difficulties with pregnancy. And one thing is that the foundation also has members that have gone through the same challenges, so they can actually relate and share their own story to you as well. So it's not just you have not been through this kind of thing, so you can't really tell me that you understand my pain or you know the kind of pain I'm going through. So that's really why I'm in the support groups, because um, before I had my children, I actually had two miscarriages. Sorry, one miscarriage and a stillbirth before I had my son. Then before I even had my daughter, I had another miscarriage. So we try to, let them know that it is not the end of the world and they can still function. It may not be easy to go back to, the way they have been functioning before, but we tell them put one foot in front of the other until you are able to go through the day without, being down and under. And then the initiative that I talked to you about, Comforting Hands Initiative, is where we want to help women that have found themselves pregnant. I mean, they didn't find themselves pregnant, but they ended up pregnant, and then it's like they have nowhere to go. So for the young girls, putting them through school, and for the older ones, giving them some kind of vocational training so that they have a way to make ends meet. So far, as I told you, I've just encouraged one person, and I've not really been putting it out there. But now that you've mentioned it, I'm putting it out there so that if we have people that want to partner with us, then why not? Because I always say every heartbeat belongs to God. Going through an abortion is not something that, as someone who has a health background as well, I would say let your body go through the process and have the baby and give up the baby than even going for an abortion. Because first of all, you can even die for pregnancy. You can have complications at the point of it, but then you're putting yourself in more danger going through an abortion. So that's why I encourage that, go through the whole 9 months, 10 months and have the baby and give the baby up for adoption than having an abortion whereby you end up complicating things in your system and you can reduce the future as well. So yeah, those are the two social, other than church and what's it called? Those are the other two social responsibilities I have. Don't forget to
Really,
unmute
thank
yourself.
you. Okay, thanks so much for that. All right, so I'm moving to Mr. Ugochukwu. Any social activities that you do that outside of business that you like to share with us?
Okay. Where do I begin? I found myself doing these social things without planning for them. They were not something that I deliberately set out to do, but in trying to solve personal problems, I realized I was also doing social work. One of the things that I had as a challenge in my business was to branch out. Anybody that have maybe nobody people don't really take notice of this, but it could dawn on someone now by me sharing this. In Nigeria, we don't have chain of salons. We don't have people that can boast that I have chain of salons. A name that owns 5, 6, 10, 20 stores, not to even talk about franchising. It's not happening here. And it became a personal problem. So one of the things that happened was the quest to understand why not in Nigeria. And I found out that it was the educational system. And then I realized that can be the hub of my business. If I really want to grow and branch out and grow as much as I want to, So the beauty industry, the educational part of it has to be on point. And then I started searching for an international school that we can partner with and stuff. And then L'Oreal came on board, and we opened L'Oreal Professional African Salon Institute. Toby, you are aware, recently, just before the pandemic, we threw out an advert to train 30 candidates free in this school. And it's going to cost us 880,000 per student. That's a huge amount of money. Why is because people are not professionally trained here. Everybody goes through either the basic apprenticeship or safe trained, and by default we are hairdressers, and by doing it for a couple of years you automatically becomes a professional. So, as a lot of my colleagues call themselves, because they've done it over years, so I'm a professional. I'm like, okay, to start with, the first criteria for you to be a professional is being certified in doing what you're doing. So without that, you can't say I'm a pro to start with, outside other things. So we began that. We've been doing that before I realized what happened was we decided to be taking people, 1, 2, put them in the school, train them for free, and see how we can build up from there. And some, before they finish, they believe they've gotten so much, they disappear. And some, as soon as they finish, do their exams, they won't even wait for the certificates, they are out. And I thought, I can't keep, I am wasting years, because the school cycle is 6 months and the school does only one section a year. So in the entire year, I train 2 persons. And after that year, that's it. Then people that feel they have so much money to hire anybody and promise heaven and earth, we've seen all of that. In 2 years, they will decide if they want to keep putting money into the business or turn to another thing. And this person is back to square one. So over years, I've done that, and I felt, you know what? The same time and resources, sort of, apart from the monetary part of it, time, especially that it will take me to train 1, 2, I can use it to train as much as that classroom can take. So 30 persons free. It was the pandemic, it was this coronavirus that stopped it. And we are waiting for government to ease the lockdown and see how we can take it, how we can continue. And apart from that, I'm also, what is it called? An ambassador for Fidelity Bank. What I do for them is they gather young and upcoming entrepreneurs, and then I have to talk to them about starting up, how to start, and the little things that makes the difference. The little things, you know. The notion of, after all, I have my own now. I don't have anybody to report to. Nobody should tell me when to come. Whenever I like, I get up and go home. Whenever I like, I resume work. What I feel, I take and take care of my personal needs. And, you know, little things that matters. More especially to tell them the day you decide to be a boss, that day you have taken 10% job to yourself alone. So just encourage them is one of the things that I do as well. Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Thanks so much, and it's been a lot. Thank you really so much. So before you go, just one last thought from you. What advice, what tips do you have?
Me? Who are you directing to, Toby? Toby, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you.
You, Mr.
Okay.
Gochuku.
Okay.
Mr. Gochuku, I'm talking to you.
Yeah. I have one philosophy in life that I coined out of everyday activities, whichever way you look at it. And I know a lot of things intertwined, and it's simple. Whatever you want to perfect, that you should practice.
Yeah.
You know, they say practice makes perfect. And I say, perfect what you want to practice. So this came from, if you want to do well in life, take another person's business or thing like your own. So one of the things that I share with people is, you know, the beauty of it. The sweet part of it is that there is no risk to you. Make the mistakes on another person's own. Practice and what is it called? Experiment on another person's own. But be truthful doing it. Be honest doing it. And don't say it's not my own. Like the saying, when we get to the bridge, we will cross it. When you don't know if there's any bridge there, or that is the end of the road, or the bridge is broken, you don't even know any of that. And you're thinking of when you get to. So while in another person's own, you know, you also want to own something like that. You know, even if it's not this exactly, you know, you want to become something. Start it from here. Be that thing here. Start that you want to practice. Perfect it here. Don't wait till you start practicing before you want to perfect it. That might be costly. It might be at a very big cost that you cannot handle. Toby.
Thanks so much for that. That was really inspiring. So next, I will, in closing, Mrs. Akisha, can you just share with us tips, advice, just for everybody listening to us and those that will listen after now. Thanks so much.
Okay. So what I'll say is, I'd written it down and I just saw it on someone's status saying that any product you want to sell, you have to aggressively market it. And you know, a lot of times I used to be like that, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in their face and whatnot. But now I'm like, let me be in your face. I will even if it's what I posted yesterday, I'll post it again today until you are seeing it every day and you can associate that product with me. It's like when we started selling we started out as just personal shoppers. We shop for people. Oh, I want to buy shoes from the UK, I want to buy shoes from the US. We go and shop for them. But in 2016, I went to China. You know, I mentioned in my bio that, you know, I work with my mom. And so we get like some products from China. So I actually went to China. I went for the Canton Fair that they hold in April. And she was like, oh, put your eye out there, see what you can sell. I was like, I'm not a trader. Like I didn't go to business school. I did that. I'm one that strongly believes in whatever business you want to do, get certification, as Mr. Ugo said. If you want to be a stylist, then get certified as a stylist. You know, I said I wanted to be an event planner. I got certified as an event planner. I said I want to go into therapy. I'm working on getting my certification as an aromatherapist. So I was like, I'm not a trader. I didn't go to business school. I don't know. Even accounting, I don't like accounting. Like, where will I now start from? But when I went to the fair, you know, they had everything. I saw that, oh, there's some people that sold smartwatches, and I was like, everybody knows Fitbit, everybody knows Samsung, everybody knows Casio, but these were, you know, OEMs, you know, and they were not as expensive. I'm like, at that point in time, I was trying to lose the baby fat for my first child, and I was like, this is something that people would actually want, you know. Not everybody has the money to pay for a Fitbit. That doesn't matter. I can pay for a Fitbit. I'm like, if my Fitbit breaks and spoils, I'll be seriously offended. I know people that they got their Fitbit and within 2 weeks something happened, and you know that can happen to expensive products. Not the manufacturer could have made a mistake on it as well. But I was like, let's get something that's affordable in the market. And when I got it, My family were the first people that I tested the product out. They told me, oh, there's this thing here. Can they do this? Can they do that? And I went back to the manufacturer and gave the manufacturer feedback. And that's the same manufacturer I use up to date. So much so the manufacturer told me, even during this COVID period, that, oh, we watches now, your watch will take your temperature so you can know whether you have a fever and whatnot. I was like, that was very, like, really smart of you guys to get that out there. You know, you have, it's on the go, it's on your wrist. You can check your temperature, check your heart rate, check your, you know, your blood. So put yourself out there. Don't be ashamed. If you're ashamed of your product, or you are not ready to put yourself out there, then nobody's going to put you out there. You cannot expect your family to put you out there. You cannot expect your friends to put you out there if you yourself, you're not putting yourself out there. You have to be the one carrying your matter on your head before people will now carry your matter for you. You know, you carry it for yourself. You put yourself out there. They call it spam. Let them call it spam, but they know that this spam is what you are selling. You are selling watch. You are selling shoe. You are selling bag. They are selling hair product. This is what you do. They know they can associate you with it. Now my friends come, oh, I know you have sport equipment. I'm like, no, it's just watch and water bottle we're selling. I don't have sport equipment, you know, but they have associated me with fitness items. I'm like, okay, what do you need? I can get it for you. I will get it for you. But put yourself out there. Let people know this is you. This is what you do. Oh, I am into building, you know, you will put all the designs there, you put it out there, show them that I built it. When you were there wearing your helmet, your safety jacket, your safety, put yourself out there, let them see you there. You carry popcorn, let them see you, take a picture, let them see, let them know that this is what you do. Mr. Ogoyala, you know
I'm
that, you know how you
feeling you. I am feeling you.
You know, so you let them know, you put yourself out there, you have to be aggressive about it.
Yeah.
I make sure that on my WhatsApp story, Instagram, that is what feels our old products people have known about, but that new product, you market until, you know, they say, okay, I know you have it. I saw it on your WhatsApp story one day. This one, hey, you know I have it. Come and buy. So what I'll say is put yourself out there. Let people know this is you. This is what you do. Annoying, but the annoyance is not going there until they put money in your hand. Before you can now relent, until you have gotten something from what you are marketing, before you now say, okay, let me relax a little bit. You spam them every day. You won't relax now. You keep blessing. We can be like this. You know how you do it now. So just put yourself out there. Someone asked a question, I think on Facebook, but I didn't see it anymore.
So that was really a very nice one.
Can't
So,
hear
Mr.
you.
Jide, so you're wearing to art right now. So someone is asking a question, and I want you to answer that question. While you answer that, I also want you to also share tips and also advices to everybody that is hearing us out there. And after that, we do the closing. So the question is: this is a setback. What could be? He first of all said, now my okay. He said, some evening, everyone, I realized that all these are not taught in schools. All we did in school was being given lessons to write exams or lessons, but life will give you a test to teach you one lesson. Then he go on to say, now my question are, what is the way out? How do we help ourselves as regard this outdated process? More so, online things in the order of the day, and people are falling victim at a time or the other. So he then go on to also say, this is the setback. What could be the modality for a change in that regard, since the mindset plays a major role in all of this? Rejection in another thing. For some, please attend to this. Thank you all. So, Mr. Jide, so we need other speakers.
Something to say about this. I have something to say about this. Let Mr. Jide speak,
Please
but
do.
I would like to comment. Let Mr. Jide go ahead. It's his turn. I would like to.
Okay, all right.
About it.
Okay, thank you very much. Which one would you like me to do first? Would you like me to attempt to answer the questions or to share my own thoughts? Because I've really followed the previous speakers and then they really charged me up. I have one or two things to add. Which would you like me to do first? We seem to be having trouble with the audio. Toby, can you hear me? Okay. I'll just attempt to answer the questions. First of all, now you have said it clearly that the things we're talking about are things nobody teaches you in school. So it is called life lessons. And you also went on to say that some people have had it bad out there, if I get what you are trying to say, and that some have fallen victims. I don't understand what kind of victims these are. But the fact still remains, like the previous speakers said, number one, you need a strong online presence, because that's where everything is now. That's where everything happens now. You need to put yourself out there. I am going to start with applicants and employees. You need to put yourself out there. Gone are the days of writing impressive CVs. Your CV is out there in the cloud. Your CV is out there on your social media pages. Your CV is out there on who follows you on social media and who you follow. Your CV is out there on what are you posting. Nowadays, business owners, business leaders, human resource people, once they get your name, once they see your application, they go online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Who is following you? What are you following? Who are you following? What do you put out there? That is the first test. It's usually the first pre-qualification. You need a very strong, clean online presence. And then to business owners too, like the previous speaker said, put yourself out there, put yourself on every available platform. Let everybody see you, let them know what you are doing. You need a strong online presence. That's where everything is happening nowadays. For those of us who are religious leaders, gone are the days when we do physical evangelism. Real effective evangelism is out there on the cloud. You need very strong online presence. And then one other thing I would like to add, another thing I would like to add is for both business leaders, for employees and for applicants, you need to learn to work remotely. The 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. work day is going to be currently being challenged. Now, in our definition, in our organization, work is not a place you go. Work is a thing you do. We now measure productivity. We measure work not by your input, not by your presence, but by your output. Whatever you are able to do, regardless of when and where it is done. We think time for collaboration is still important. We expect people to come into physical meetings. But from now on, we all shall see that more work, that is getting things done, will be done offline, will be done remotely. And then the telecom providers, the technology drivers are coming up with more new things to help us with remote work. Video conferencing like we're doing now, gone are the days when we want to attend this kind of conference, the organizers would have to be in accommodation, power, and then each of the facilitators will have to travel down from wherever you are. Well, some of us happen to be addressing this gathering from inside. Just truly is addressing you from inside my bedroom. So the future of work is remotely. And then when we say working remotely, for those of us who are into the property business, we want to understand that real estate needs are going to change. I used to live on Ikorodu Road. My sister and I used to share a place. It used to be a residential building. But we moved out, and my in-laws family that owned the building sold it to business owners. What used to be our home is now an office block. 119 Ikorodu Road in Fadei is now an office block. But very soon, we will no longer be needing them, because much of the people who, consider traffic, consider the floods, consider lockdowns, people are now being encouraged to work from home. Google has told all their full-time staff to work from home till the end of the year. And so real estate needs are going to change. I'm sure that house, that building, our house, 119 Ikorodu Road, will soon be converted back to residences, because people who use them for offices may not need so much space. And then everybody will go mean and lean. So my advice out to business owners, to employees, and to applicants: number one, you need a very strong online presence. Number two, understand that the 8 to 5 work day is going to be challenged. Number three, go and learn how to work remotely and acquire all necessary technology. And for those of us who are into real estate, we should understand that sometime soon, the need for real estate is going to shift from commercial back to residential. So let's begin to think. We are talking about adaptation. When you say something is adapting, that means the person is, the organism is changing in response to changing situations, so that he can remain productive, so that he can even remain alive. So for us to remain alive, for us to remain in business, for us to remain liquid, we have to change with the times. And so we want to understand remote work will soon be the norm. And for those of us who are business leaders who employ a few people, we have taken for granted the fact that their mental health, their physical health, their emotional health. When somebody comes into the office looking somehow, we call him Mr. So-so. What's the problem? I'm having an issue with my car. All right, we can do this, we can do that. The person will become motivated, and then will feel better, will be better able to discharge his work. But when you have people sitting down in their homes, you don't know their problems. And so as business leaders, I want to encourage current business leaders, potential business leaders, to also extend not only administration. When all you do to your staff is demand from them, very soon you run out of demand, and you will no longer be able to get creativity from them. But when you pour into them, they too are better able to introduce a lot of creativity into the business. So their occupational health, their safety, their emotional health, we need to extend that out of the office now to wherever they work. So those are the things that have been running in our little business. Those are the things we plan to run with post-COVID-19. Thank you for having me. I hope I was able to answer your question. Thank you. Over to you, Toby.
Yes, you did answer the question.
We still can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Toby.
To the question that was asked, so Mr. Gochuku, you wanted to say something about the question.
Yes.
Can you please go on now?
Yes. I like the question the guy asked. Is a very good question.
The question that
I got the question.
The question that was asked.
Yeah, I got the question. I'm saying it's a very good question. This is something a whole lot of us sort of got wrong. Like I said earlier in my past speech, I just graduated from Lagos Business School. There's a lot of theory as regards to business. But the truth is, when you're on the field, the realities of things does not, especially in Nigerian space, it is not 1+1 in Nigeria. A whole lot of things are not just working the same way. You want to take the theory from the school and then you go into the market. It's not same. It's completely a different ball game. That my core advice to everyone is, don't wait till you start your own business. Somehow be an apprentice for somebody else's business and take up a major role. I tell my team, everything is not work, consider it training. When you look at it as a job, as work, then it becomes disturbing, it becomes burden to you. You see it as, it is training, no matter what you think about it. Consider it an apprenticeship. That is why those guys in the market in Alaba International, if you bring a case study between a guy from Alaba International and somebody that just graduated from a business school and gave them money to start business, the business school guy is not going to do as well as Alaba International apprentice guy will do, because you've learned on the field. You know who the suppliers are. He has built customers over 7 years of his apprenticeship without even trading on his own what will I call it, company, without even opening a shop. He has built customers. He knows people to get credit from. And as a matter of fact, he probably would have built credibility in serving people and dealing with other people, both on the customer side and the supplier side. But you, a fresh guy from a business school, you're relying on the bank to give you finance. You're going to take another 1 year, 2 years to start building credibility, to start looking for customers. So I'm just using that as an example. It does not matter if you're in the trading space. It does not matter if you're a working class person. It does not matter what you do. It does not matter if your business is such that you can do via the net. It does not matter if you're into e-commerce. Business has one thing in common in all of them. When we're in Lagos Business School, we are a bunch of different businesses converge under one room. And then a facilitator will come in and will pick up a business, what was the word? Somebody help me. No, what's the word? Not feasibility, but to look at other people's businesses as a case study. We'll pick up a business case study and we'll start digesting it. It does not matter if it's oil and gas. It does not matter what it is. Every business has something in common. There will be a supplier. There will be operational part of it. There will be the finance or accounts part of it. There will be a P&L part of it. There will be all of that. These are things every business has in common. So if you do not understand these other elements, which only your participation in it can open your eyes to some things, ironically, you must have worked somewhere for 5 years, 7 years, doing this same thing. And because you're not participating, rather you were working, you will not learn a thing. You will not understand anything. You will go through that whole 5 years in that office or that business, and on the other end, you were just as you worked 7 years doing scripted things. You were not getting involved in the real things. A lot of people, if you give them assignments or a project to carry out, they will say, I don't know how to do it. You're not getting involved. You're not participating. You cannot learn. I tell people, please participate. Do not work. Participate. Be part of it. That's how you can learn. That's how that business or that office you're working in.
All right, Mr. Ugochukwu.
Thank you.
So please round up, please, so that
Yeah,
because of our time.
thank you very much, Toby. My rounding up is
Thanks so much. And then Mr. Ononuga too, please, can you just quickly do that under 1 minute each so that we can just close for the day? I really understand that we have so much we want to talk about. Thanks so much. So I will
thank you so much. I didn't get exactly what.
Okay.
Okay.
Toby, can you repeat the question or the comment? I don't think we heard you. Toby, we didn't hear your comments.
You wanted to share more thoughts on the question that was asked. So I was just saying if you can just do that within 1 minute. So when you do, then Mr. Mr. Ononuga can do 1 minute and then we can just close.
Okay, he said that online is the order of the day and people are falling victims at one time or the other. I was a victim of online inside our office, did the transfer, showed us the text message that they were debited, even gave us their number. We didn't get their alert here. They gave us their number, that this is their number, everything. And till today, that number switch off till today. They gave us number, gave us email to today, nothing. So the truth of the matter is that in business, that there will be some times whereby your hands will get burnt, and hopefully your hands don't get badly burnt that you end up what's it called, your business failing, or you end up in some severe kind of debt. So that's going to happen. But you as a business person also, integrity. My mom says integrity is an eye that does not bend. You know, you also have to have business integrity. If you tell your customers you're going to deliver at 2 o'clock, when they call you at 2 o'clock, it's not when you tell them that, oh, there was a delay. Since 12 o'clock, you have known that there was going to be a delay. So you let them know from 12 that this your product are supposed to deliver at 2. Let us move it to 3 o'clock. So you're laughing. You know how we do now. That's at 2 o'clock. The customer will now be calling you. It should not be that way, you know. It should be that you already knew before 2 that thing was not going to be ready at 2. You give them a heads up. Because it goes a long way for you as a business. Also, they know that, oh, these people, they deliver on time. They tell you that it's 1:30. Even by 1:25, you have gotten your item. You know, they can say, if there's now any delay, they can now say, oh, maybe there was just an error here or there, you know. So other than you saying you're expecting integrity from your clients, you also as a business, you need to have that integrity that you're asking for. Your hands will get burnt, but, you know, if you are having business integrity, then you will have slimmer chances. Law of karma plays. You have slimmer chances of people ripping you off when you say, oh, you're in a product to them. So that I was just trying to address that part of him saying that, oh, you know, online is the new thing. You have to go with the times. If you don't go with the times, then you're going to be forgotten. They'll forget about it, like BlackBerry and Sagem now. Who knows them? Nobody remembers them now. All the things that we're doing on BlackBerry, you know, having a private room in your BB or whatever. Now you're doing all those things in WhatsApp. You're doing all those things in IG. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So thank you so much, Mr. Toby, for this opportunity. Very grateful, very, very grateful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jide. Any other thing from you before we go? Just 30 seconds, please.
Thank you very much for having me. In my opinion, the previous speakers have done a good job to the question. I will just add to it. The pandemic started out as a health issue, but then it turned out into a global economic crisis. Businesses have been impacted, incomes impacted, investments gone. Now it is a global thing. Now is the time for us to come together, pick ourselves up. Do not think this is the end of the world. It's something that's affecting everybody. Run with the times. Now, the way we do business is changing. Run with it. And then put things in place to protect yourself. Put yourself out there. Somebody will be able to hire you, and then life will pick up again. Thank you for having me.
Toby. 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 Toby, I can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Nobody can hear you.
So much to all our speakers. I'm so sorry that my audio seems not to be that functioning and expected. Just before the start of this webinar, I have to switch devices. Unfortunately, the laptop I'm using, the audio is not working, so I have to use the audio from my mobile device. But unfortunately, internet connection was so bad that sometimes audio will just have to go out to reload my browser just to be able to speak. But I really, really appreciate everybody. Elizabeth sent a message. She had internet challenges. That is why she could not join us. But she really, really, really so sorry about that, and she hoped to join for future sessions. I really appreciate Mr. Ugochukwu. I really appreciate Mr. Akisheye. I really appreciate Mr. Gideon Onuga, and I really appreciate Elizabeth for taking time to also try to make efforts to be part of this. I really, really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and may God bless you. May God prosper your businesses, and I'm looking forward to us having a business that are flourishing and that is making more and more and more and more profits, which is the soul of the business. Thank you so much for being part of us this evening. Thank you so much. So everybody, thank you for joining us. Please kindly follow us on all our social media handles. Join our social media groups, Google Business. Our name is Google Business Group. Kindly please join us on Facebook. Our community is Facebook, GBG Abeokuta. So follow us on any of all our social media handles. Thank you. God bless you. Do have a great time. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, and do have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.